Hey Will, so I feel amazing, as you can see. I don't know what's wrong, but my head is killing me and my nose is getting all bunged up, and it's probably to do with the other day. Sorry, this is probably as wonderful to see as it is to hear. But I did say I'd keep doing these vlogs for you, so I will, even though I'm feeling like death. And I need to tell a story. It was going to be a very snotty sounding story, but I need to tell it, otherwise I'm going to sit here getting angrier and sicker by the minute. So, Her Ladyship Crawford went out for a picnic the other day with Ed, and they went right back into the orchard, and all of a sudden they've decided that they haven't got enough tea, and God forbid that should happen, so they run back inside, and Ria's got all this herbal stuff now, so they're going through all of the tea, and I'm in the kitchen as well, and I've barely got a hello out of either of them. And then all of a sudden they decide to run off, and about that moment it starts tipping it down with rain. Yeah.
Francis!
Oh, that'll be Mrs. Norris.
Francis, what the hell are you doing?
Sorry, I was just, be right there, I was just gonna get up. Sorry about that. I've just been let off on a lunch break, but I've not got much of an appetite, so I made myself some lemsip and I hope that works. Mrs. Norris said, in her own words, that I looked a bit peaky. Maybe she'll go easy on me for a while. Right, where was I? Yes, the soggy picnic. So, it starts belting it down with rain. And before I know what's happening, Mrs. Norris comes up and is telling me that all the guests' picnic equipment is going to be ruined and soaked through, and sort of shoves me out the door and tells me to go and pick it all up. And it was a good 5-minute walk, and I was soaked through in seconds, and I thought about turning back, but I knew that her wrath would be waiting for me, so I went on, and they had gone full out with this picnic. So I'm scrambling around trying to pick all of it up, and eventually I sort of do, and I'm going as fast as I can to get back in, and then I slip and I fall over and I get covered in mud, and I'm pretty sure there's a huge bruise on my bum. It was actually kind of funny. I wish I'd had my camera at the time. But running in the rain is not a good idea, especially when it was as heavy as that. Well, haven't they made cold medicine that tastes like candy floss? Anyway, so I get back in, and of course I can't go and change into my dry clothes because Mrs. Norris makes me wait in the kitchen, or she gets some towels because she doesn't want me to track mud everywhere. Neither of them really thanked me either. And, you know, I've not really seen either of them for days after that. So I think the only reason I feel like this is probably because of Norris making me wait there. I wish I just had somebody to cuddle and make me feel a bit less oof. But, you know, I've not seen Ed around much because he spent all his time with her. And Julia's back at uni, and we've kind of been chatting on Tumblr, but mostly through cat gifs. And Ria is off in Wedding Wonderland as she considers colour schemes and the age-old question of to veil or not to veil. And Mrs. Norris is even worse than ever. I just wish that Ed was around. He could, you know, get Norris off of my back. He's great like that. It's just like... Oh, I'm sorry, Will, this can't be very exciting for you. Oh, I also apologise for all the times that I've accused you of having man flu. If it felt anything like this, then I really am so sorry. So, very insightful video today. Hope I've not put too much of a downer on things. I love you, and I would say I wish you were here, but I would probably infect you, so... Oh, and I know you're good at these kind of things. Tom gave me one of his Netflix sign-in thingies, and so I was going to ask you if you could suggest something for me to just watch, because at the moment, while I can still hide from Norris, all I want to do is snuggle in bed and binge watch some TV. From your very sickly sister from Mansfield with love. Ugh.